Welcome to Wawasan Wire. Today we're talking netizen reactions to the recent internal conflict within the Malaysian United Indigenous Party, or Bersatu as it's more commonly known. It was quite a chaotic scene, really, that unfolded at their National General Assembly, sparked a lot of debate.
Indeed, it was a very public display of internal friction. You couldn't really miss it. During the policy speech by the party's chairman, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, who, of course, everyone knows, former prime minister well, there was this sudden shout.
A shout.
Yeah, a very vocal call for him to step down right from the floor. It wasn't just a whisper. It was a significant disturbance. Really put their unity under the spotlight.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. So Tan Sri Muhyiddin is up there giving his speech to the delegates, and then he explicitly warns them about efforts within the party to get rid of him.
Yes, exactly. He didn't mince words, talk directly about people trying to collect signatures to oust him. He really stressed how serious that was. Not just, disagreements, but a real challenge to the party's whole structure.
Right, and his argument against it.
Was very clear. He basically said, look, trying to remove the chairman with signatures, that's not in the party constitution. And more than that, it could just plunge the Malaysian United Indigenous Party into, well, chaos, disarray.
He was worried about the precedent it would set?
Precisely. He highlighted that if this kind of thing is allowed, then any leader could face the same challenge down the line, constantly looking over their shoulder. So his point was, stick to the rules. That's how you maintain stability, harmony. Otherwise, it's a free-for-all.
And the reaction to him saying all this?
Well, almost perfectly on cue, a small group of delegates did exactly what he just warned against, started calling for him to step down right there.
Wow. So what happened to them?
Security stepped in pretty quickly, escorted them out. But then, almost immediately after, the rest of the delegates, or a large number of them anyway, started shouting, "Long live Tan Sri!"
Ah, so a counter-reaction?
A very loud one, yes, multiple times. It was a really clear show of support for him against the dissenters. Created this incredibly tense, dynamic atmosphere. You could feel it, like watching a drama unfold live.
Yeah, I can imagine. So this very public spat, how did it play out online with the netizens?
It became a huge focal point almost instantly. Couldn't be ignored. Ordinary Malaysians, netizens across the country, they jumped onto social media forums. And the comments really paint a picture. Not just about this one incident, but maybe broader feelings about politics here.
Absolutely. The speed, the volume, it clearly struck a nerve, tapped into existing frustrations, maybe. So looking at those comments, what were the main themes? What were people saying?
Well, quite varied, as you'd expect, but some strong currents, definitely. Like many people talk about a hooligan culture.
Hooligan culture in politics.
Yeah, that was the term used. Suggesting this kind of public infighting, the shouting, the lack of decorum, it's not new. It's seen as a pattern, something that just distracts from real issues, stops progress, like here we go again.
That's quite a harsh critique. It ties into another point people made, right? The irony.
Oh, absolutely. That came up a lot. People pointed back to how Perikatan Nasional, the bloc Bersatu was part of, first got into power. The whole backdoor government perception after the previous coalition collapsed without an election.
Right, the Sheraton move narrative.
Exactly. So netizens were saying, well, look at this chaos now. It's like the consequence of that, like bad example coming back to haunt them. Political karma, some even said.
Interesting connection they're making there. What about Tan Sri Muhyiddin himself? Any comments directed at him personally?
Yes, quite a few. Some were pretty blunt, suggesting maybe it's time for him to step aside. Comments like he's getting old, that maybe younger leaders, people in their 40s or 50s, should be taking the reins.
So a call for generational change.
Yeah, it reflects that broader feeling, I think. A desire for new faces, fresh perspectives, moving on from the long-serving figures.
But others pointed out factions are normal in parties, right?
Some did, yeah. Acknowledge that internal disagreements happen. Politics isn't monolithic. But, they added, the way it happened, calling for the chairman to resign during his speech that was seen as particularly awkward, undignified.
It felt different.
It did. And it sparked comments like, history seems to repeat itself. People drawing parallels to past political splits or leadership challenges that blew up publicly.
That sense of deja vu again, and the phrase backyard is on fire.
That was everywhere. A very common way to put it, implying the internal problems are serious, out of control. Lots of comments saying the Malaysian United Indigenous Party is already in chaos, even before they, get back into government or anything. Raises questions about their ability to lead.
And does this feed into a wider view of politics, beyond just Bersatu?
Unfortunately, yes. Many comments expressed a real cynicism about Malaysian politics overall,
No.
describing the whole system as rotten. You saw phrases like, no good parties, only bad or worse. Say, well, that's a pretty bleak assessment of public trust.
Deep disillusionment, it sounds like.
Profound weariness, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then there was the wordplay on the party name.
Ah, Bersatu, meaning united.
Exactly. People sarcastically pointed out they looked anything but Bersatu in that moment. The irony wasn't lost. Became a bit of an online joke, actually.
Which highlights the gap people see between the name, the rhetoric, and the reality.
Precisely. And that led to a fundamental question cropping up again and again. If they can't even manage their own party, how can they hope to govern the country?
Yeah.
It links internal party health directly to national leadership capability, a core credibility issue.
Definitely. Did people speculate on the reasons for the infighting? What's driving it?
A lot of comments pointed towards, well, the usual suspects in politics, according to netizens.
Yeah.
Pure power and money. The feeling was that political ambition, not public service or ideology, is the real driver. It's a jaded view, but very common.
And then the dismissive labels, monkey show, circus.
Yeah, those came up too. Reflecting this view that it's all just political theater, undignified squabbling. Like, the politicians are just playing games, focusing on themselves, not the country's problems. It's a concerning perception.
So, stepping back from the comments now, what does this whole incident and the reaction tell us about the bigger political picture here?
Well, it seems like more than just a random flare-up, doesn't it? It feels symptomatic of deeper, maybe long-running struggles within the Malaysian United Indigenous Party. It seriously challenges that image of unity and stability they, like any party, want to project, especially given their history and ambitions.
Yeah, and what stands out is the contrast with their own past statements. You know, the talk about making Malaysia an Asian tiger, being the most inclusive party. How does that square with not being able to manage dissent within your own ranks right in front of everyone? It raises questions about those claims.
It really does. And it makes you wonder, was this really spontaneous?
Yeah.
Or was it maybe more calculated, pre-planned by certain factions?
You mean orchestrated?
Possibly. The fact it was a group, not just one person shouting, suggests some level of coordination. And you know how it is in politics. There's always speculation, whispers about influential figures, maybe Hishamuddin Hussein, maybe Azmin Ali. Despite their public support for Muhyiddin, it begs the question. If not them, then who does have the clout to pull off something like that? It hints at complex power plays happening behind the scenes.
And the impact of all this on public trust, especially thinking ahead.
Inevitably, it erodes confidence. When the public sees such open conflict, they start questioning the party's stability, its fitness to govern. Is their focus on the country or on these internal battles? It leaves us, the public, watching this unfold and wondering.
What really drives these intense power struggles? What does it all mean for the country's leadership moving forward? Lots to think about. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.